Whoops-a-daisy, please don't start without me. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. And once again, no, we're not on the road. We're on Unscripted with Lwando. On the Road is my first channel, which you can find right here. You can just click, and then you can and check that content and see if you like it. But today, actually, we're on episode 2. The first video of the channel went up yesterday, and then today we are on episode 2. As I said, I'm gonna try and do these conversational ones on a much regular basis, because again, these ones don't really need scripting. These are just me having conversations. And the conversation actually that I want to have today, it's about what we call, people who don't have filters or who don't have manners. They say things maybe without thinking how the other person is going to receive it. As people, we go through quite a lot of things. And most people, like when you know them from a very young age, obviously they are, small, thin, and then life happens, people gain weight. I mean, like even myself, like I'm way bigger than I was maybe 5, even 10 years ago. And you still get people who, when they meet you, like you're so big. Like, especially like in my language, closer. Like someone will see you like, yo, I'll say, hey, banbane. Okay, like I don't know how many times people have been saying this. Guys, that is not a compliment at all. People are going through a lot, many people. Other people gain weight because they want to gain weight. Other people gain weight because they're really happy. Others gain weight because they are stressed. Then you'll know we have what you call stress eating. And then you have other people who gain weight because of medical conditions. And so it's whole different reasons. And one thing that people forget, that as a person, you live in your body every single day. Obviously, if you've gained weight or even if you've lost weight, because actually it's not only about people being big. Even when you lose quite a lot of weight, people will comment to a point where they're like basically body shaming. We've normalized it now. Like you've lost weight, like people like first things like what's wrong? Are you okay? The person just lost weight. What's wrong with that? They wanted to do that again. It could be a lifestyle change. It could be a medical issue. It could be a stress issue. It doesn't matter. People look the way that they look for so many different reasons. But yet, as people, we like to meddle ourselves into like, the funny part is how people will say that as if they are complimenting you. Like, you're so big. And then that's why at times I myself now will ask a person, are you paying for my groceries? Are you paying for my rent? And then don't comment about how I look, etc. And I think also it's the same with every person out there. Is that unfortunately, problems, everyone, it doesn't matter whether you're rich, poor, middle class people, they actually have even more, way bigger problems. It doesn't matter, but people always have problems, like mentally in their minds. Like other people are trying so hard, like to change whatever situation that they're in. And what people don't understand, you might come with that comment for you in a non-malicious way, and you'd say it, for an example, like a person could be literally on their last straw. They just hanging on to whatever self-esteem or confidence that they have, and then when you just come there pouring cold water, And literally, that's it. Yeah, then we wonder why so and so went haywire. It's because of sometimes the things that people say to other people without thinking. Where they just want to say at times, you just need to keep quiet. Like to a point of looking at yesterday's episode when I was talking about, awareness, being aware of things. I've actually been so aware of that I avoid saying things. Like to a point I could see a friend of mine who is, let's say, pregnant. Unless they tell me that, oh, by the way, I am pregnant, I mean, like it could be obvious. I'm not gonna comment at all because it's, first of all, it's none of my business whether they pregnant or not. So unless someone says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm pregnant," then you again congratulate them, but stop projecting whatever winner that you have in your mind about this person. Like someone would see someone like, "Yo, that dress is way too tight. Oh, she doesn't look it." Like again, in this closer would say, "Unkenap." Where do you fit in? With you commenting on how you know people do things or how they look. And then, we always say, like you'd wonder, you hear that thing most where we look at children, for an example, where they're like, yo, children are so honest. Children will say mean things to, adults or to other children. And then we wonder, wait, were children born like that, or did they picked it up? They picked this up somewhere? No, they were never born like that. They picked this up from their own parents, from their own friends. It's like the same, like the first time you hear a child saying, for example, the F word or whatever swearing word, you will actually, because children are actually quite clever. They will say something, they will laugh, and then they will look at you. They want to see your reaction. And the more you react to it, the more they're going to keep doing it because they know exactly what kind of reaction they're going to get. So when it comes to life, you would learn a lot actually from children because children by nature are sponges. They absorb whatever that they see around and they always like to mimic the world. And for me, it actually hit me this one time. I think my son, he was about 3 or 4 years. No, it was about three, 2-ish, 3 years old at that time. I was still quite small. And I was at his granny's house. So one of the things that I like to do with him is we just play. So obviously I get tired very quickly. And then I was sitting, but I was sitting in a particular way. And I saw him trying to mimic what I was doing. And obviously it was quite dangerous for him because of where I was sitting. He was gonna fall through. And every time I do certain things, he will try and mimic. And then at times when I'm driving, when I finish driving, because he likes to sit in the front seat. I don't know why he's obsessed with the front seat. He would try and mimic the way I was driving. And there's a video I'm not going to show it here anyway, because again, this is all unscripted. Like it shocked me, like, how does he know all of those things? Then I remember, okay, I mean, they absorb and mimic things. So when you're around your kids and you say certain things, especially mean things to other people, they take it again because literally to your children, you are God, you are the ruler, the law. So whatever that you say, they're gonna mimic and they're gonna say that to other people outside. What in the hell? Oh, okay. Again, because this is unscripted, no, I'm just looking across the street and it's just someone peeing in the open. But yeah. So kids take these things, and that's how actually you'll find all these kids doing things like either at school or in the communities and around. And then people will be like, yo, kids are so unruly. I wonder what happened. They learned it somewhere. And because no one was there to actually to correct them, they're gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because why? To them, they see that it's correct because that's how their parents behave. Where, for example, at times, like especially when I'm driving, I would say a couple of words to myself. Like obviously, the other person won't hear me. Again, mini RR, road rage. But at times I always try and notice myself that okay, this is about to happen or it's happening. But when I'm with him, I always try and make sure that actually I don't say anything because if I say it, he's gonna think it's okay to do that. Obviously, I also know better that it's not okay to do that. But at times, I'm just angry. I just wanna let it out. So it boils down again to that thing that yeah, even asking as adults is that when you see people or you interact with people, always again have a filter. There's always now the whole, well, it's not even new, that whole thing, but have a filter. It's actually quite important in life when you experience life with other people to always have a filter because some of the things that you say or the bad things, people will pick it up. Your kids will also pick it up, which is why actually the society that we live in today, well, not even just today, for a very, very long time, that is people, we are divided. And it all stems to that thing that we teach our kids this thing. Now, when you teach your kids all these bad behaviors, when they grow up, they're gonna continue to live and believe in these bad behaviors, and they're gonna transfer them to their own kids. You see, now it keeps perpetuating over and over and over again. Like the fact that we still discriminate about people based on how they look, their flesh, the way that they want to live, the way that they love other people. We like to meddle in other people's businesses rather than actually just focusing, on our own lives. There's the whole thing actually that I learned that says the world the world owes you nothing. You also don't owe the world anything. And I always say actually the quicker we learn that, the better it will be for all of us because people, we walk around, we think that with all the world owes us A, B, and C, or so and so. Like it also again boils down to that whole thing, even like of friendships. I digress just a little bit now, where just because your friend didn't say good morning this morning, or your friend you haven't spoken to your friend in like 4 or 5 months, that now they no longer care. But people forget that people are busy. People are dealing with a lot of things. This is life. The fact that at the end of the day, when you give that person, when you decide also not to be the bigger person, you give a call, that person will pick up because probably they were busy at the whatever time that you guys met, or they have other things that they think about. You literally not the only, the world doesn't evolve around you. Again, the world owes you nothing. You also don't owe the world anything. But yeah, that's literally, again, what I just wanted to say in today's conversation, like about it being unscripted, is the fact that, as society, as people, as we grow, we actually need to, again, to have, again, filters where we don't just talk for the sake of talking, and we also mark or filter the words that, we project out to other people. Again, we are not perfect. It's not gonna happen, what you call this thing, where just today you're gonna learn and unlearn whatever like bad habits that you've picked up. It's gonna take time, but again, it boils down when on the last episode, actually, that I did, that as people, you need to be aware. If you again go back to the Johari window that I was talking about, we need to be aware of the things around you, how you interact with people, and your bad habits, so that also other people can also what you call be on the lookout when it comes to their bad habits. Again, if you a driver, there's the whole thing of where they say if you drive actually on the left hand side of the road where it says keep left, pass right, you'll be saying, yeah, but everyone else is doing this. It doesn't matter. You just be on your own lane. Just do your part, and everyone else will start also to do their part. Then eventually we'll become a much, much better society. And yeah, that's literally what I wanted to say in today's Unscripted with Lwando. And yeah, if you've actually watched it all the way, I'd actually love to hear on your side. What do you think about this whole thing of people sometimes not having filters, where we like to comment on people's appearances without thinking? Have you actually experienced it yourself, and how did that make you feel? Yeah, because for me, actually, it has come to a point where at times now, I don't really feel anything, because there's nothing that usually that someone will say about me that I actually don't know about myself, especially appearance-wise. Hey, I live with myself. Okay, I might not even look at the mirror, but I know how I look. I know certain things. So yeah, but on your side, I'd actually like to know, how did that make you feel? And if also, have you learned something outside of it? And yeah, but anyway, I don't want to make this video way too long. Yeah, because now I keep going on and on. But yeah, again, I'm saying now, for the last time, that this has been Unscripted with Lwando, and I will see you on the next episode. Yeah, yeah. But then again, yeah, if you want to, you can actually subscribe to this to see all the daily conversations that I'm having. And also, if you have anything maybe that you'd like me also to, if you want to hear my view about it, I'll also talk about it right here on the channel. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.